Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lennon.
And this is Volume Up by the Tease. True to you, beautiful natural looking color results, honest formulations, and packaging. Sounds too good to be real? It's real, I promise. It's TBH, true, beautiful, honest. With naturally derived ingredients, vegan and PETA approved, and recycled packaging, this multi-dimensional permanent hair color works to elevate the hair's natural highs and lows. Shop TBH on salonery.com or click the Schwarzkopf Professional link in the show notes to learn more. Another week, here we are. Do I say that every time?
I mean, not all the time, I feel like. I don't know. But we're doing it. It's another podcast up. We're here, we're talking, we're doing that. First thing that we want to talk about is something that's pretty topical. It's a big deal. People, get really excited about when this happens, and that is the 21 days of Ulta.
No. Yes. I personally am very excited and have a couple things sort of earmarked, if you will. The beauty steals are already happening out there.
What is like your Ulta beauty haul item?
I've got a lot. And I'm a fan of the bronzer, the highlighter, the contouring. So that being said, I grabbed myself some new brushes for that exact purpose. Some of the IT brushes for Ulta. Love those. I'm still scrolling.
Yeah, I'm too.
And then, back to your self-tanner days, if you will. Wow. I love the Saint Tropez self-tan purity bronzing. It's a light face mist, and it's not overkill. It's just sort of like it's lovely.
Maybe
it's
I need
off.
to revisit.
Please do.
Bronzing moment. If it's that easy of an application, you might have just,
it is, and it's
you
just
might have just got
mist.
me to do some Ulta 21 days of beauty shopping.
But you know what I did see a lot on there are some celebrity beauty brands. And what do we think about that? I think the audience knows what we think about that.
Ooh, well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. There's been some reporting. Some heavy hitters have entered the chat to talk about what we've been saying all along, which seems like things are going the opposite direction of the way that maybe some of these celebs or their people, let's be clear, do these celebs even want to be part of these brands anyway? We're going to get into it. But before we get there, let's talk about what happened on our last episode.
On our last episode, we talked with Angela Frenchie French, founder of French Made Hair Services. She's a 20-year licensed cosmetologist, artist, educator, bridal and texture expert, and trichologist practitioner, specializing in all things hair textures, located in the heart of the DMV. DC, Maryland, Virginia. She's known to be a jack of all textures in her field of hair mastery with natural and chemical hair care, extensions and wig enhancements, custom cuts, coloring, bridal, and braiding. Make sure that you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and sending questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Do it. This week, we're talking with two guests at the same time. First up, Sioban Damalia Majeed, visionary of Damalia Hair Studio and founder of the Texture Prodigy Academy, where the call to action is to bring awareness to diversity and inclusion of textured hair to help cosmetology schools and stylists understand that education on all texture is needed in order for the industry to grow. Then we've got Adrienne Small, a professional stylist and educator who's been part of the beauty industry for more than 15 years and is now fully retired from behind the chair. We talk about that. She's young, so this is a big deal for her. Adrienne received her master cosmetology instructor license in 2021 and is a beauty mastermind that provides education for all hair types with specialties in color, cutting, styling, and natural hair blowout services with her Hair Color Concepts Academy. Damalia and Adrienne join us this week to talk about how they came to the beauty industry, education, including their thoughts on what's needed to change. So this is a great one. Lots of stuff covered. Lots of people chiming in, which is fun. I hope for the listeners.
I love that. Over at Bloomberg, they were reporting recently that the golden era of celebrity beauty brands is ending. And I want to say that perhaps my friend Jeff and I predicted such potential demise. The bubble is bursting as shoppers are increasingly favor quality over star power. I mean, we can certainly recall Rihanna's pause during the halftime show, of which I swiftly went and did buy the $36 powder from Fenty Beauty and have been enjoying it. So
what's not to enjoy? There are exceptions to this rule. Some people stand behind their product and they should be there. And we support that.
We do.
Others
like Kristen Bell shut down her CBD skincare line, Happy Dance. Kristen Bell, Addison Rae, Ariana Grande. She paid $15 million to buy back the physical assets of her company, REM Beauty, from Forma Brands. And, we could go on and on. But alas, please, let's err on the side of quality formulations, scientists, chemists that have been in the industry for many, many years, and support our beautiful, beloved pros.
Absolutely. I'm not shocked by this. You're not shocked by this.
No.
We want to know, though, what do you think about this? Did you expect the bubble to burst? Do you buy celeb beauty brands? Are there brands that we really should get behind? We've mentioned Fenty a few times. Rare Beauty, also an exception, perhaps. Selena Gomez killing it. But, there's far more people that are venture capitalist backed that are not so great, turns out. But yeah.
What a hoot if, not a hoot for them, but what a hoot if you've got something just on the verge of launching right now and Bloomberg just swiping out the legs from underneath you. So we wish you well as well. And you know what? On second thought, support our pros that have created lines.
Yes.
Am I right? Jen Atkins, there's many, many makeup artists out there, skincare, estheticians. That's where my money's at.
Indeed. All right, well, let's talk about things that are trending on our site. Our editorial team has been hard at work this week uncovering industry news, looking into trends, diving into brands that you don't know, but you should. And here are some of our favorite headlines. First up, Gabrielle Union and hairstylist Larry Sims hope to lift up Black female entrepreneurs with their $25,000 grant initiative. Despite being the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs, Black women often face immense struggles when it comes to actually funding their businesses. In fact, raising capital and mentorship are two of the biggest issues facing Black women entrepreneurs today. To lift up Black female business owners, haircare brand Flawless by Gabrielle Union, with co-founder celebrity hairstylist Larry Sims, has partnered with LinkedIn to launch their $25,000 Lift as We Climb grant initiative. Through the Lift as We Climb grant, 3 Black female identifying entrepreneurs across the fashion, skincare, and hair accessory tool categories will each be awarded $25,000 in financial support. Additionally, they will receive a 1-year LinkedIn premium membership and a mentorship session to help elevate their LinkedIn profile. Head to thetease.com to learn how you out there listening can apply.
Yes.
Because you should.
Let's do it. The application isn't that difficult either, y'all. So let's do it. Submit a 2-page brand deck. It's an executive summary, a product review, a 1-minute video. So carve out some time out there and get after this. We can't wait to see and watch your journey.
Oh, love that. Another thing that I'm really into, and it feels like a long time coming because this award season, never ending, but it's basically done until the Emmys. Because the Met Gala, we don't consider. Anyway, the story is called These Are the Most Dazzling Hair Looks from the 2023 Oscars, which we're terribly excited about. The ceremony, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, saw all of Hollywood's best and brightest come together to celebrate the year's top performances in film. Naturally, for the big night, our favorite stars came ready to impress, particularly in the hair department. Makes sense. The red carpet, which was actually champagne, a mistake, was full of show-stopping hair moments with sculptural updo, soft waves, and hair bow-adorned looks taking center stage. Head to the tease for a look at some of our favorite hairstyles from the 2023 Oscars. Kelly, who's the top of your list?
I loved Angela Bassett's look. I think that she was absolutely stunning and flawless in every single way. Her hair was on point, the deep purple dress, and I wish she would have won as well. But she looked fantastic.
You and most of the internet, myself included, 2 out of 2 wanted Angela over Jamie Lee.
We did. We wanted that.
Although Jamie Lee, her hair looked great too.
It did. We're not going to hate on anybody. There were some good looks.
There were. Amazing. Here's to next year. And then last up, and this is honestly one of the most exciting things we've got on the site right now. So much conversation is happening around this. The title is 5 Hair Pros Get Real About Navigating Chronic Pain and Injury in the Salon Pro Industry. While we often hear about the joys of being a hairstylist or barber, less is often said about the actual hazards of the job, namely chronic pain and injury. What many have failed to realize is that creating incredible hair looks for clients comes at a serious price for hair pros, their health. Each time these talented pros step behind the chair to do a cut, color, trim, fade, or style, they may be wrecking their bodies in the process. The nature of their job requires constant standing for hours on end. rapid and repetitive arm movements for cutting and blow drying, and handling heavy tools, all of which can put physical strain on the legs, back, hands, and wrist. If left unchecked or ignored, these strains can lead to serious injuries like carpal tunnel syndrome, tendonitis, herniated discs, pinched nerves, and repetitive strain injury, some of which can require surgery. In worst cases, these injuries can even end careers, which we've actually had people on the podcast talking about this. Head to thetease.com to read from 5 hair pros across the country navigating injury in this industry. Kelly, honestly, a really fascinating read. This is not new to us on this podcast, but maybe would help others out there that are experiencing this. Is there anything that you were surprised by?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that, why haven't we been talking about this? It's a very, very physical job. And I don't even know how my mom did this for 40 years, right? Because you're on every day, you're utilizing multiple different parts of your body, moving different. So I really liked Lift, Lob, Love. She had some actually content on her socials that was like, instead of this, do this. And it's simple things like rolling your shoulders back, unlocking your knees, hinging at the waist instead of like hunching over, helps improve joints and improve health. So this is a great read for anyone out there. I'm sure you're going to get a couple takeaways at minimum.
As always, so much going on thetease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We're proud to publish stories that salon pros and consumers care about.
Next up, Jeff's conversation with Damalia and Adrian. All right, Jeff, I love the banter. This was a great conversation.
It's always good when it feels like you're just talking to friends,
Sure.
friends who are experts in their field and, incredibly sought after educators. Kudos to them for killing the game, for expanding possibilities, doing all of the hard work that they're doing. And I mean, Adrian, especially towards the end, when she's talking about her foundation, left feeling very inspired, positive about the future of our industry. And it's really only possible by people like the two of them.
Agreed.
Yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed it as much as I did.
And if you did, be sure to hit subscribe, rate and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to Josh Landowski and Nathan Folks for the custom Volume Up theme song, and thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.